but I want to build.
You want to build what?
I got a thing.
You got a
It's so
thing.
cool.
Wait, I missed this. I want to hear about the thing.
Yeah, you were working with the problems. It's like it's very hard to describe. It's a thing that you build, but it's like a thing that goes in your bookshelf, like in between books, and it's like its own little like world.
I've seen
So like
those.
yeah, so this one is the Eternal Bookstore, and it's got like a little doggy and books in it and all
That's so
that.
cute. Oh my god,
Yeah,
where
and
did
it
you
even
get it?
has a little light that goes in it, so it lights up when you push a button. I
Where
got
did
it on
you get
Amazon. It just arrived like right before this, which is why now like I'm all excited, but you need craft glue to like put the all little pieces together so they stay. But
Interesting.
I want to build it.
I
I want
love
to.
that. That is so much fun. I absolutely love
Yeah.
that.
It
I
smells
have,
very woody
yeah,
since you can't
I
smell
have
through
a
the.
box of Legos. I have a little Star Wars Lego thing over there that I have to reassemble because it had to get broken down for transport.
Dude, that new Lego smell is a real thing.
No,
Yeah.
actually though, you tear in. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's like crack.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
tear into that. Amazing. Comparable with Play-Doh, I would say.
Ooh.
Like the fresh like jar of Play-Doh smell.
I just
Fantastic.
had a thought that I have yet to bring to fruition because it was like just yesterday or something.
I
But
love
I think in my
thoughts.
office I'm gonna put a little like I'm still workshopping titles, but like a little like de-stress station with like little things of bubbles and Play-Doh and stuff that people can just like grab if they want it.
Oh my god, who is she, Queen?
Yeah. I mean, I have bubbles in my office. I just always forget I have them to give them to people.
Hmm. I absolutely love that, and I would be very appreciative of that if I was a stressed out student. So
Yeah. I
I'm gonna
mean,
give you 10 out of 10 for that.
yeah. And it pairs well with all the candy on my desk too that
Your office is incredibly welcoming, I will say.
I aim for it to be.
It's just
I
like
got a I
toys
put
on
a new
every
sign like
surface, bowl of candy, and now this.
multiple bowls of candy.
I
The
love
candy
it.
grams.
I'm a huge fan. That's part of the reason why I managed to strong arm you into being my friend because I would just go to your office to hang out because it was so welcoming.
It's a lovely place. And I put my usual sign on the door with like, this semester's classes and office hours, but it also now has a picture of me just going,
Oh my god! Wait, no, I need evidence. I'm so excited to see that.
oh, and that reminds me, I have a picture I'll send you later. I forgot to send it.
Hell yes. Um,
Of a picture I may or may not have put together and then put on a colleague's door.
Wait, guys,
I don't even want to take any guesses. Yes.
you remember that story from a week or so ago with like the thousands of of beagles who were like found in some Virginia like puppy mill and they're trying to find homes for them?
Did they all get adopted?
Not all of them, but the city of Alexandria brought 4,000 of them into shelters and stuff.
Oh,
So go us.
yay!
Also, if you want a beagle, you know where to find them now.
Yeah, they've got them in spades.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Zach, I think our first question for today was one that you put in the document, which I'm excited to talk about. If
Wait, can I
you,
kind of share like, the backstory to this?
yes, have at it.
Okay. So I was on Facebook and somebody was
Oh,
selling.
I just thought the back for a second. I just thought the backstory was going to be mentioning our flag means death, but then I remembered this whole conversation we had.
Oh yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah.
That makes it even
No.
more fun.
Yeah. Somebody in Virginia is selling a pirate ship, like a whole ass pirate ship on the Potomac. And I got really excited. I messaged a friend of mine and I was like, "You trying to buy this pirate ship with me?" And like, I was only like 30% serious, but if he was serious, then I was gonna be serious because like, absolutely. Um, and like I was doing the math. I was like, all right, if we made this thing into like an Airbnb, and then also like just owned a pirate ship on the side.
Hell yeah.
Like we have our fun fact for like icebreakers forever. Like, hi, I'm Zach. I work in Washington. Oh, and I own a pirate ship.
Yeah.
And so he was not in, which is kind of sad because he's the only other person who I know in the area who knows how to sail, and that's kind of essential to. I'm going to assume it's pretty essential to running a pirate ship. But then in my like day that was pretty manic, I was like, what would I name it? And then the question was born. What would you name a pirate ship? So I do have some thoughts on this.
I feel like
I
for
have,
me
like-
personally, it has to be some kind of pun.
Yep.
So I have some like general concepts. I have like a mostly jokey one, and then I have like an actual serious one.
All right, hit me with it. I need inspiration.
Well, conceptually, I like the idea of naming it something either in Gaelic or definitely Welsh. I think the
Nice.
Welsh language would be perfect for this. Like the actor who plays James Maguire in Dairy Girls, he is. I can't find it. I can't confirm it because it just says that he is an English actor, but he's Welsh. His last name is so aggressively Welsh, and I love the Welsh language so much. And so
When are we
like
getting another season of Dairy Girls, by the way?
it's the third season streamed in Northern Ireland like this past spring, so we just gotta wait for it to go up.
Give it to me. I'm begging you.
One of the actors is in Bridgerton, so I don't know if that like.
Really?
Oh yeah. I never finished Bridgerton.
Is it bad that I associate like Bridgerton with Tommy Vitor? Because he's always watching these shows, and I think
I pretend I
Bridgerton is one of them.
understand.
He
Forgive
he had this whole thing
Yeah,
with
no, I know
like
that.
Emily in Paris, and then it was Bridgerton, and
Oh my
then
Yeah, I do remember the
God,
Emily in
my mom
Paris.
watches
John
Emily
Lovett
in
would like
Paris.
mock him ruthlessly for it.
My mom watches
Emily in Paris is the worst. I love it.
Here's the thing. We have to stop hate watching these things because it incentivizes them to make more.
Yes, and I'll watch it. I want them to make more.
I don't, though. I want them to make actual good content.
Oh no, I enjoy it. When I was in Paris, I specifically went and took my picture in front of a place that she took her picture in front
Oh,
of.
God damn it. Come on, bro.
I
You're
did.
better than this.
I went through a lot of effort to find it.
Unbelievable.
It is in the coolest neighborhood in Paris, though, so there's that.
I guess I'll allow it. Anyway, Zach, so something in Welsh or Gaelic
right.
Yes.
or...
My jokey name would be the frigate about it.
Hey, okay. That I like.
But if I were an actual pirate with an actual pirate ship and I wanted to name it, I love the name With All Due Respect because it's just so antithetical to what pirates and like pirate ships
Ooh,
do.
That's pretty
Like,
good. I like that a lot.
Right? Like so that one it's the name of an album by an Irish group that I like, but I was like thinking about this with it playing in the background. I was like, oh my god, that's actually like a really good pirate ship
No, that is
name. Like
banger.
With All Due Respect, yeah. And then I went on Reddit and I like just typed in the question because I was like, somebody has to have asked this.
Oh,
like, what would you name a
absolutely.
pirate ship? And there are some definite good ones, but I do want to hear other people's.
I feel like I should have more good boat names readily available because I see boat names constantly at work.
If your crew is English, you could just let them pick.
Yeah, I could.
End up with something good.
I just keep thinking about like well-known pirate ship names, and then like I like the idea of taking those and just swapping out a letter or two, and then it being really silly, like Queen Anne's Revenge become like Mean Dan's Revenge, and then you just got like a flag with a picture of a really surly-looking guy,
That's kind of fun. I do like that.
or like the Black Squirrel. It's just like
Yeah.
One of the other ones I was thinking about is I would like would as in would you do this or that, but like with the would italicized, I would steal a car. Like, deep cut, but
I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, there's
a
gotta be
joke.
some good pun about like internet piracy versus like it being an actual pirate. There's gotta be something there.
There's definitely got to be something with the beginning of meaning of life with the accountants who sail on the accountancy.
You could just call it accountancy.
Yeah, do love that whole bit.
It is an excellent bit. Oh, I saw a boat come through the other day that was called Bikini Bottom. That made me really happy. I just liked that. Actually, a couple other good ones I've seen are Life's a Cabernet. That was fun. Uh, Instead of wind down, wine down. A lot of wine puns. A lot of like wine mom energy with boats, which honestly,
Ooh.
I'm a fan.
Wine Mom pirate ship.
Love it. Incredible. What other good ones have I seen? Getting naughty, but like Knotty, because sailing.
Oh, see, I saw a shot glass that said something about get naughty, but it was Nauty.
I've seen stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I saw one name on Reddit, and again, this was not my idea, it was somebody else's, but they wrote the chum guzzler.
I wouldn't recommend that. That sounds gross.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. You could also just name a pirate ship after some like really badass sea creature, and then have it be like your masthead.
Like a good carved masthead.
Yeah. So like instead of the like standard like mermaid, which like I love, but like it could be like some kind of shark, so people know to fear you. Especially if you're like known for being fast or whatever, you could be like the Mako or whatever.
I did my once quarterly visit to TikTok yesterday,
Of course.
and um and there was a video of somebody who's like a scuba diver showing like what to do if like a shark charges you, and he's like you like face it, and then as it comes at you, you just like he just like pushed it away. I was like,
No.
that's so much easier. He's like, don't swim away, you look like a fish.
Yeah.
Just like just push it. I was like,
a
I
gentle
was like,
redirect.
right, exactly.
Give him a little boop.
Yep, that's all I need. Oh, I don't know if you, Zach, did you, since you said you were on TikTok recently, have y'all seen that girl? And I'm not gonna drop names because I
Already no.
okay.
I've been on TikTok in forever.
Yeah.
I haven't been on TikTok in forever, so
Okay.
no.
So there's this girl, not dropping names because I don't want people to go continue dogpiling on this person who just said really stupid things. But there's this girl who made this whole series of videos talking about how the United States isn't diverse.
Okay.
And people have just been ripping her to shreds.
Show her work.
Yeah, I mean, is there a reasoning?
Yeah.
Well, her reasoning was that she used the example of where she currently lives, South Africa, that has 11 official languages, whereas the U.S. only has... Well, the U.S. doesn't have an official, like, federal language.
Yeah.
We do not.
So that was this person's reasoning. Her reasoning was that because we don't have an official language and because our percentages of people being fluently bilingual in the United States are lower than in a lot of places in Europe, we are less diverse. But then of course people are like pulling up all these things like, here's a breakdown of how many different languages are spoken by people in the United States, like both even like second and third generation immigrants, people who have immigrated like recently from another country, First Nations people, people of like Spanish descent, like it's like 450 languages are spoken in the United States at about 450 at like any given time. And everyone's like shoving this evidence and everyone's like, backing up their claims, and she's just like, no.
There's like 600 or 800 languages and dialects in New York City.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things was how Hispanic, Latino, Chinese immigrants don't count for whatever reason. That one was
Does it
super
like
interesting.
cancel itself out? Like how does that?
One of my favorite responses, like captions to a video responding to that, was this guy just wrote down, "Well, if you set aside all the things that make you diverse, you're not really diverse, are you?" Because that was essentially the argument.
Yeah.
Okay, New York Times. While there is no precise count, some experts believe New York is home to as many as 800 languages. Like,
That's one
how?
city.
And that's one. I mean, granted, it's a big ass city,
It's
but
a
still,
it is
that's
a big, densely populated city, but like,
yeah,
and also like AAVE. That's English, but that's a culture. Like this person's entire argument was the United States does not have a culture. I'm like, no, that's it's just not true. And there are so many people clapping back at her. So what she did was like after like 2 days or something, she made a video saying how it was all a social experiment about how Americans
Yeah.
react to propaganda.
yeah, yeah. No, that's 100%. No,
Wink wonk.
absolutely. She
Uh-huh.
got us.
She got us real good. No, literally,
Yeah.
I am not going to listen to anything that somebody who, one, has never set foot in this country has to say about this country, about living here, and two, you're talking about how we're like, we're not diverse, like we have no culture, we're like, just a bunch of racist, uneducated bigots. You are British. You are living in South Africa. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone.
I
Yeah,
was
of
like,
all the places to be
okay,
from,
Of all the
the
places to
kettle.
be making that point from,
and
of all
yeah,
the accents to be making that point in, some
yeah.
self-reflection. Because I'll complain about this country all day long, but as soon as somebody who like has never set foot here starts telling other people starts telling Americans what it's like to live here, that's when I get mad.
So if it's just inaccurate.
Yeah, no, and it's just simply not correct.
Well, and just very tone deaf.
Oh, incredibly.
Everything else.
Yeah, no, it was absolutely bizarre. But that was like my entire For You page the other day, and it was really entertaining.
It also doesn't make sense to say, oh, you don't have an official language and a lot of people aren't bilingual. That means you have no language diversity. That's like that has nothing to do with how many languages are spoken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Neither of those things.
yeah,
Not at all related.
yeah. If there's a pool
I
of like 1,000 people, and like 900 of them speak only one language, but then the other 100 speak, one different language each, and then there's a pool of another 1,000 people, and like half of them speak Spanish, as well as another like speak Spanish and English. There's still more language diversity in the first one,
yeah,
even if the percentage of monolingualism is much higher.
yeah.
That's what kills me is that we tend to like subconsciously look down on people who do not speak good English or well, no, it is good English. Who do not,
Who
I
don't
really,
speak English well. There you go.
who, right, who do not speak well. But it's like that's because they speak another language fluently.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak fluently?
Yeah.
They know more words than you
Yeah, no,
in more
it's
languages. Like,
major
Mhm.
bullshit.
yeah, no, there was like an episode, or not an episode, but like something from like Fox like 10 years ago, and they went into in New York City, and they went into Chinatown
Jesus.
and tried to interview people, and some people could speak to them, but other people couldn't, and then they were openly like, oh, so you don't like, just laughing at them. I was like, oh my god, we really live like this.
Yeah, no. I'd be embarrassed to be doing that, frankly, but
I don't get what the point is.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of bizarre. But yeah, that was just a fun thing to see scrolling through my For You page, was everyone just being like, here's all of my sources as to why you're wrong.
I'm gonna need some yarn on this one.
Yeah, no, connect some dots on a nice board. It took me a second. I was like, what? I'm an idiot. Leave me alone.
I don't know how we got here.
I don't know how we got here either, but I do know what our next question is.
So, pirate ships. But that was where we started, but I don't know how.
We started, and I guess my answer officially has to be either like some sort of badass like sea creature if I'm like really trying to scare people and be an actual pirate, or if I'm just owning a pirate ship for funsies, it's got to be some kind of pun.
Mm-hmm.
If I come up with one before this episode gets published, I will include that for people to see. But there you have it.
Okay.
Next one, Brooks, you sent this to the Discord.
Uh-huh.
So the question is the kind of like knee-jerk negative reaction towards pineapple on pizza, is that the fault of social media?
Yep.
And I feel like this fits into a broader overall question too, which is that sometimes people just go along with what seems to be the popular sentiment without actually thinking or experiencing for themselves to come to their own conclusion. Yeah. So I think it fits into that broader category. But yeah, I mean, there seems to be there are like these memes and things like that, and people always like trashing it and making fun of it. It's in media even, you know, all the time people make fun of it. But how many of those people have actually tried it to know whether they like it? Or is it just like...
I'll up and say that I have not tried it. The thought of combining those two textures, though, viscerally unpleasant to me personally.
So
well, it's like soft, and so the texture isn't different from the pizza, really.
I have not only tried Hawaiian pizza, I've tried it in Hawaii.
Oh, that's fun.
It was very good. I don't think it's any functionally different than putting like tomatoes on your pizza or like peppers. Like I get one's a fruit and one's a vegetable in some cases, but like at the end of the day, the texture is like, for all intents and purposes, the texture of fruits and vegetables compared to pizza they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, okay, I mean, in a lot of when you make ham, they put pineapple on it, so you know there's two things that go well together. So if you put ham and pineapple on a pizza, which is what a Hawaiian pizza is, they complement each other. And it's not my favorite thing, and it's not what I would seek out because it's not my favorite combination of toppings or anything, but it's fine.
Yeah, the thing that I did see, I feel like I sent it to you guys, but the thing that I did see that does deserve to be judged, that we should be judging people who eat it, is mayo on lemons.
Oh, yeah.
Did I send that to you guys?
Yeah, no, you put that in the Instagram chat. Yeah, yes. Brooks, some person on the internet is saying that is apparently an Ohio thing.
Yes,
yeah.
and that's why I sent it.
I've never heard of that in my life.
I think people just make up things about Ohio because who's going to bother to check?
I said something about that in one of my classes yesterday. The semester has started, thus my class stories also begin.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, no, I can't remember what the context was or why it came up, and I was like, oh, I was introducing myself, and I mentioned that I'm from Ohio, and I'm like, what? I don't know what it is, why people seem to have chosen, like, singled out Ohio for hate for no reason. Like, I don't really like it there, but still, I gotta defend it.
That's fair. No, yeah.
But yeah, that is not an Ohio thing.
I think people just make things up about Ohio, because who's gonna bother to check?
That is not a thing. You can check with me. That is not a thing.
You are officially the go-to source as to whether or not whatever cursed thing I hear about Ohio is real.
That was literally the most cursed food. He literally put such an ungodly amount of mayo on like half a lemon and just ate
and then he bit it and ate the skin.
He bit it. Like skin and all.
That's clearly a joke then. Come on, no one actually eats a rind.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of freaks out there.
Well, no, but I mean, like, if he says it's an Ohio thing, or whoever says it's an Ohio thing, and then they eat the rind, which is clearly not a thing people do, then obviously it's not real.
That's fair.
No.
Yeah.
Again, I don't even like Ohio. I just don't...
No, I'm the same way where, like, I don't mind upstate, upstate
Yeah,
New
it's
York. There's
fine.
things I like about it. There's things I don't like about it. But whenever I tell somebody I'm from New York and they're like, "Oh, like New York City," I'm like, huh, "No." Like I will
Way
be the
more
most.
than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
Yeah, and that's why I should add the caveat. I don't like rural areas of Ohio, but like I really love Columbus.
yeah.
I just don't.
Flavor
I
town,
mean, I don't
as
like
they
Oh
try to
yeah.
make
rural
it.
area. Like, I don't like living in a rural setting all that much, period.
Yeah. Or even small towns in Ohio, like the one I'm from.
But, like,
But, like the cities are cool.
upstate has some banger cities, man.
Yeah.
Will I
No, the
say
bigger
Albany
cities
is
in
one of
Ohio
them?
are awesome.
Absolutely not. But they do
I actually like
exist.
Albany.
Hmm?
I think that people underestimate Albany.
I think Albany is starting to come around again,
Okay.
which is great.
The comeback kid.
The comeback kid, hopefully the
Hmm.
trend continues.
Yes.
Um, this I saw. This was a screenshot of a tweet, and then I went and tracked down the actual tweet because I like to cite my sources. But the question is this, or the sort of scenario which leads to the question is this. So aliens invade Earth tomorrow, and they ask to meet with one representative for humankind, but it cannot be a government official. It can't be anyone who has anything to do with the government. Who are we sending?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Ooh.
Keanu Reeves.
That was literally the first person that came to mind, and I haven't changed my mind since then.
I think Keanu Reeves can handle it.
I
Oh,
don't know why.
oh.
The first person popped in my head was Tom Hanks.
He'd probably do an alright job. I think
He's a
Keanu Reeves would be
delightful
better,
human.
but
All the
Oh.
stories about him and how kind he is are just
So if you want to make a good impression, but if you want to scare them away, Will Smith.
oh, 100%. Again,
Like, hey, have you seen this 2-hour documentary with this man
Yeah.
and what he did to aliens?
yeah, no.
It's real. Us. It happened.
I think Keanu silently financed multiple children's hospitals. Reeves. I think he encapsulates a lot of what's good about humanity.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I trust him.
I feel like there's somebody that I'm like overlooking that would be perfect. Like it's there and I can't quite get to it.
Bill Nye.
I was about to say Bill Nye actually just
Bill Nye, the science guy.
because
I feel like
Neil deGrasse
he
Tyson
would
is-
be a perfect like alternate for Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson would just like depress the aliens. He likes to ruin everybody's fun.
I saw him at Proctor's. It was amazing.
Nice.
But like he has more knowledge about space than a lot of people, so it's very handy in that way.
I mean, yeah,
Mhm.
it is very handy. I just think Bill Nye would be more fun. And I think if we're trying to show our best qualities, we might want to show them that we can have a good time.
That's why if Mr. Rogers were still around, wouldn't that be
Oh,
nice?
perfect.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect.
What a delightful human.
We do still have LeVar Burton.
Oh, that's true.
Very valid.
I don't think he would be a bad choice. I really don't.
I got that reference.
He's great.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I know
think
people
of
that
any
have
other,
met him.
any other good. What was that?
I know people that have met him on
Oh.
multiple occasions.
Nice.
Because the Trekkie world.
What's the overlap? Sorry.
He was on Star Trek Next Generation. Geordi.
Oh,
Geordi
Oh, cool.
LaForge, one of the main characters.
nice. Did not know that. Apologies.
Oh, were you just thinking about reading Rainbow?
Yeah.
He was on Roots too.
Noted.
In,
I'm trying to think if I have any other potential good picks. Because, like, God knows who's going to be available.
yeah, you gotta have like alternates on top of alternates, I guess.
Yeah. Although, again, with the photo that just recently released of, like, these people who were getting, like, married at a resort, and Keanu Reeves happened to, like, be in the lobby of said resort before the ceremony, and they were like, hey, we're getting married if you want to come. And he just, like, showed up. Like,
Yeah.
alright, nice. Like, I feel like if it was important enough, my man might, clear his afternoon. Just based on some things that I've heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, alternates on top of alternates.
I was trying to think about different areas, right? Because we got some scientists, we've talked about actors. What about like musicians or athletes or I don't think what other realms there might be.
No, yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I don't really know many athletes.
Herschel
Yeah, I
Walker.
can't say I know a ton of athletes.
Lure them into a false sense of security.
I'm sorry, whomst?
Herschel Walker. It's like, oh no, we're all this dumb. We promise.
I don't think this would be a good choice. I just think this would be like funny or interesting or like make people really uncomfortable. Nathan Fielder.
Okay.
He would just
Wait.
make the aliens really uncomfortable
Who's should know this person?
with his like weird cringe humor.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched the first episode of The Rehearsal last night.
This way was sort of like a lot of people I'm running through in my head. I'm like, oh, this person's really smart. Oh, yeah, they probably make them uncomfortable pretty quickly.
Yeah, no. I don't know if this would necessarily be a good choice, but David Lynch, I think the results of that would just be incredibly interesting. Like, I feel like he would, like, spiritually connect with the aliens.
I feel like they'd leave.
Yeah, they might. They
It
might.
to be sort of abrupt and,
I love the, and I'll link this. Somebody...
You're gonna talk about that interview, aren't you?
Well, no, I'm gonna talk about the photo set that I sent to the Twitter chat. There's like this picture, these couple pictures of David Lynch, like he's like riding in the back of a car, like they're like going between locations, like filming something or whatever, and he's sitting in the back of a car, and he's like got a can of Coke in his hand. He's like, I'm drinking a can of Coke and 2 cookies. Phenomenal. And somebody described him as like he was an alien who was sent to like stop Earth from destroying itself or whatever, but he stopped as soon as he discovered pinball.
Oh, fun.
And like that's such an accurate description of that man, you know? He's bizarre.
Yeah, that bit of interview like just lives in my head all the time because I wanted to be able to do that to people. You know? Can you elaborate on that?
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where he was talking about how he like called a vet to procure a dead cat to dissect it in order to like he was working on Eraserhead, making that creepy puppet baby, and he wanted to like, you know, study the like textures and look of like internal organs. So he's like, I got this cat from a veterinarian in a cardboard box, and I put it into a jar of formaldehyde, and it went in like a slinky.
Hate it.
What?
Hate it.
He's such a bizarre man. I would give anything to talk to him for 15 minutes.
It's awful.
Absolutely anything. I think my consciousness would be permanently expanded by a 15-minute conversation with David Lynch.
The tweet says, like, no one in government, but does that mean they can't be related to politics at all? Because, like, I think members of the Crooked Media team...
Love it.
Well, I thought about Love It, but I could also see him alienating the aliens.
Yeah.
Maybe they can't be, like, a
Just thinking more John
member of
Favreau.
government.
No, Tommy Vitor, because he's a worldo.
That's true. And he's easy on the eye.
AG1. I was so bummed to learn that there's not actually any real evidence that AG1 works.
Yeah.
No, why are they pushing?
I've read so much stuff trying to like, and they've done studies on these various green powders and stuff like that, like that one, and yeah, they're like, yeah, there's really no evidence.
Back to the shot of wheatgrass.
I pretend I understand.
A company called Athletic Greens that they advertise on Crooked Podcasts but it's like a green powder that you drink every day, and it's supposed to give you all these nutrients that give you extra energy and like all this stuff.
They're always bullshit.
Yeah, but it's still disappointing because we would hope they promote, products that they believe in.
I mean, and
And
again,
maybe they do.
sure, I'm sure it has some like nutritional effects. I'm sure that does it help Tommy Vitor specifically? Maybe. I mean,
Very possible.
Yeah.
whether or not it's science or placebo effects, I don't know, but
Could be like acupuncture or or like going to a chiropractor. It's one of those things where it's like if it works for you, then great.
Yeah. I was just listening to an ad for it yesterday on Love It where Love It insisted that all three of them on the ad go to the bathroom at the same time every day and call each other from the toilet because of athletic greens.
Fascinating.
I love him so much.
Damn, maybe I do have to start listening to this guy.
These are the ads.
Yeah, no, and like you'd probably like his show, which is like political comedy. It's like half politics and then half just them doing random shit. Because half that show isn't even politics. It's just them like, let's try this new TikTok trend. It's like a sauce or something. I don't know.
All right, honestly,
or they do hot takes.
Yeah,
I'm getting so close to being done with Last Podcast on the Left.
Really?
Not like, I mean like.
Because you're behind where I am, aren't you?
I am, but I've also been listening to all the side stories.
Well, yeah, that's why I started skipping them. I'll come back to them, but
I don't know. Just like the fact that I'm like no longer like, on episode like 300 whatever of 500. I'm actually on like 400 something now. I'm like, yes, we're getting there.
Getting close. Week from tomorrow.
Exciting. I can't wait. It's gonna be so banger. Our next episode is gonna be recorded the day before.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be here?
Yeah.
So we gotta record the pod and do the stream.
Exciting.
Ah, that's a lot.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I just realized that somehow because I don't know how time works.
It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. I've been winging it for 24 years now, and it's going all right, I think.
Just today I had to reschedule a meeting twice because I don't know how to read my own calendar. Because, like, someone, at an event for next Thursday, I'm like, oh, sorry, I gotta leave, like, right after my last class. I got a thing in Buffalo. And so then he moved it to the next week at the same time. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fine. I can do that. Oh, I'm gonna be in New Hampshire. I was like, I'm sorry, I promise I'm not trying to be difficult. I don't even know how calendars work.
Yeah, no. Big struggle.
Once again, I've totally forgot the alien thing.
Yeah. And I'm also just trying to think of, like, other stuff, if I have anything else. Oh my god, excuse me.
Now I'm just thinking about podcast hosts, because I'm trying to think if any of the guys from last pod would,
Henry would cause... Actually, no, he wouldn't. He'd be so down with it.
He is more knowledgeable about supposed alien species than most people. So there's that.
Like, at first I was like, oh, Henry would, like, cause problems. It's Kissel who would cause problems.
Yeah.
Kissel would cause problems. Henry, I think, could handle it.
I think Marcus would do it.
Sam Harris.
I think Marcus would be okay. I would say Marcus would be alright. But of those three, I would definitely pick Henry.
Yeah. He is in MUFON, so.
He is. He, could flash a badge at them and everything.
He's got a lanyard.
He's so excited about that lanyard, and honestly, I'm excited for him.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it is. There's something nice about a lanyard.
No, literally, I've said this on the podcast before, and I've said it, and I will probably say it again. The entire reason that I want to get forklift certified, not because it's going to make me more hireable, not because I will it could wind up, having me get paid more. I want the little OSHA forklift certified card to put in my wallet.
Mm-hmm.
That is 90% of the reason that I want to get forklift certified. Just because I think it would be fun, and I get a little card to put in my wallet.
When I first started going to conferences, and we'd be there wearing our little lanyards with our info on them, and we'd leave to go to lunch or something, and my friends would all like immediately just whip theirs off, and they'd make fun of me for not taking mine off right away. I'm like, but I got a lanyard. It has my name on
I
it.
know, I'm official. It's really satisfying.
It's just like I don't know. I enjoy it. I just like a lanyard. It makes you feel very like official.
It does. And I feel like you can get away with a lot if you're wearing a lanyard. Like, in the same way that you can get away with a lot if you carry a clipboard and just, like, walk with purpose.
I think we get lanyards next week.
Or a ladder.
I think we get VIP lanyards.
And ladders.
Hell yes. No, yeah, you
I
can.
had a picture of them when we bought the tickets. There was a picture of lanyards.
Oh, that's exciting. No, you can get away with anything if you carry a ladder. Because, like, who's gonna stop you? Make a little teepee for your secrets.
I can't help it. I did this accident. I was like,
No, you're legally obligated to. If you get close, you have to complete the action. I hate when people don't think that bit is funny.
you work's hot as club is.
No, like my mom doesn't think Stefan is funny at all, and I'm just like, how? How can you not?
I swear I'm done. I'm done.
I just don't get it.
You're distractible today.
It's fine. No, I just don't understand my mom's sense of humor. I really don't. Makes no sense to me. I love how no matter how much I sleep, it makes no difference.
I slept 10 hours last night.
Wow, who is she?
I crashed so hard. Yesterday was such a long ass day, first day back and everything. I was at work so late.
Ugh, gross.
My alarm went off this morning and I was like, nope.
That's a very valid response as far as I'm concerned.
Very shocked at the clock. I was like, that clock can't be right. All these clocks must be wrong.
Nope. Well, good for you.
Yeah. That's very rare. It's like twice what I slept the night before, so.
Jesus.
Dublin, yeah.
Well, at least you have that.
Yep.
Any other stories from first day back, or?
Nothing that's jumping out at me. I mean, I was super weird, of course, as per usual, and I did apologize and said that I usually try to wait till halfway through the semester before I reach those levels of weird, but
I think it's good.
I don't remember what the context was.
I think it's good for people to know what they're getting into right away.
Yeah. I made a lot of really terrible jokes.
Amazing.
I don't remember any of them. I gotta start recording myself, like just the audio, and then.
Literally. Or you have to deputize someone to do what I did and just write down all your best bits.
Just get a TA whose only job is to follow me.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Just write down stupid things that I say. Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah, I don't remember any of them.
I would do that. That'd be fun.
Although I really enjoyed a lot of what people write on note cards because, I mean, I don't know if I should admit that I'm sending you guys pictures of people's note cards, but I cut out all the personal, the names and stuff like that. So it's just
no
like
identifying information. It's just people's funny comments about their pets.
And also, you have tenure.
It's true. Yeah, but I don't want them to think I'm like violating their privacy or because I would never do that. But
yeah.
But some of them just really got me. But the little frog in the party hat picture that I sent you, it gave me very Bridget on her exam vibes. Because remember, they drew a series of narwhals with swords.
I did.
On her exams. And I was like, this reminds me of Bridget.
Actually, I remember you said that you were getting rid of exams, which is awesome, but now you're not going to get that.
Yeah, I got rid of paper exams at the beginning of last year, so even when we do exams, I just use Canvas. Saving trees.
But now you don't get that.
Yeah. But yeah, I do. That is one of the things I've lamented because certain exams, depending on the questions, I would encourage people to draw pictures for me, and I used to get some really great stuff.
Hell yeah. I don't remember if it. I remember seeing like somebody like who was like a professor or a teacher like took a picture of like a question. It was like the person was writing like an answer on a test, and the person was writing like, "Listen, I know this. I know I studied this. My brain is like it's finals week. My brain is mush. I'm so sorry."
Oh, I get that all the time.
Yeah.
They'll just straight up write like, "Yeah, I know what this is. Sorry, just can't remember it."
And like honestly, at least they're owning up to it. It happens to the best of
Yeah.
us.
And makes me feel for them, as opposed to just not answering it. And I assume maybe they didn't study.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, I can't give you points for that, but I appreciate you.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I might
Appreciate
have
the
done that
info.
once.
Yeah.
Probably.
I
That sounds
did
like something
learn.
I would do.
I did learn that one of my students is a triplet.
Oh shit.
That's
Cool.
fun. I don't think I've ever met triplets. Yeah. And I don't remember who it was. I don't think it's anybody I've met before.
Which
I don't know if they're identical. Hmm?
one did you meet?
1,
The
2, or
first, second, or
3.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Are they identical? Because there could be fraternal triplets, right?
Yeah, I would assume so.
So I don't even know if they're identical. I don't remember who the student was, if they were male or female, or
At least if you meet a twin, it's like, oh, you're the other one. But like with triplets.
Like, how confusing.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're like super identical and like no one can tell them apart except like their mother or something.
Yeah.
Right.
No, literally, I don't understand how like if you have twins when they're like fresh, how do you tell them apart?
They gotta put like a little identifier, like a little like anklet or something like that that's color coded or.
First of all, did you just call them fresh?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like-
which I added to fresh out the oven because you do have a bun in the oven.
Okay, yeah. No, but like
Fresh baked. Fresh baked babies.
and I was
New
like,
baby
how many
just
times do you think that like twins have accident like if it's like identical boys or identical girls, like how many times do you think they've accidentally been switched when they were like babies? Like they put like even if they have like the little like they have a little like soft stretchy bracelet to identify them. What if you give them a bath and then you put the bracelets back on the wrong baby?
Or worse, you don't remember which goes on which, so you just guess and you spend the rest of your life wondering if it's right or not.
And no one would ever know.
Oh, that happens all the time.
Because they're super identical. Because like when they're infants, they're super identical. You can't tell those little. Yeah. You can't tell them shits apart. Like.
Yeah. Unless they had like a birthmark or something like that, but yeah, I mean even like freckles and things like that often develop later.
Yeah. So like. Yeah. No, I feel like that has to have happened so many times.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Just like, cause like, especially like with like newborns, like you're exhausted. You're not on like if you're a parent to one of them, you're fucking exhausted. Two of them at the same time, you're not on the top of your game. You're not keeping track of things.
My level of paranoia, if I had twins, I would constantly just be on edge, worrying that I would mix them up.
Zach, are you okay? Did you have a thought?
I saw a tweet.
Would you like to share?
Oh, no, I'll share it after.
Okay. Something to look forward to.
For some reason, this is reminding me of something that Zach and I were talking about before we started.
Do tell.
The basic concept of like, there's a mistake in something that nobody else can tell, but you know, and so it like really bothers you.
Oh, like when I realized that I like missed a stitch in a cross stitch, and like nobody's
I
gonna
was talking
see
about
it.
living.
Nobody's
as
gonna see it. No one will ever know. But I know it's there.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same thing. Like, if it's possible you might have accidentally mixed up your twins when they were babies, like, yeah, they're not gonna know. They're babies.
Yeah.
So does it really matter which name? Because you just, like, you arbitrarily give them names, right?
Yeah.
It's like, not like one of them is born, you're like, you're definitely Henry. You came out named that. Like, no, you pick them.
Yeah, no.
So it doesn't really matter, but you would know.
You would.
Apparently, my parents told the doctor about 7 hours after I was born that they were worried because I wasn't acting like myself. Like,
Man, you
in
really
all
want your
seriousness,
That's
they
just
were really concerned.
that's genuinely hysterical because that's like such an exhausted new parent thing to say, and you don't even realize
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah, yeah.
Do you think if you were a twin, you would constantly worried that you got mixed up when you were a baby?
Probably not, or at least probably not when I was like, well, knowing this information now, yes. I don't know if it would have occurred to me if I was a twin.
I feel like it would have occurred to me.
I mean, maybe it would have. I'm not a twin. I don't know.
I'm trying to think if I'm currently in contact with any twins. Well, I have the triplet in my one class, and I have somebody else who wrote on their card that they are a twin.
Interesting. So you
Would it be
technically
weird?
could start a survey.
Yeah, would it be weird if I went to those students and be like, "Can I ask you?"
I mean, I don't think
I
it
would
would
have
be,
never thought
but
of it.
I
What if
wouldn't.
they never thought of it, and then I ask them, and then they start thinking about it?
Have you guys seen that episode of Friends where Joey is trying to get signed up for a medical study for twins, but he doesn't have a twin, so he tries to convince this like Italian actor to play his twin. And the guy just walks in the apartment. He's like, "How you doing?" And Joey comes in. He's like, "No, no, no. How you doing?"
I have not. But that's.
It's
I believe it.
it's good.
That tracks with what I have seen of Friends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if I would. Maybe that would have occurred to me if I was a twin. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And I guess I never will.
On the well, I've only been looking at the calendar event for this and not the doc, but there appears to be a question that we skipped over.
That is because I can't get my AirPods to work with Discord right now, so I can't have our planned guest in the same room as us. Because he's the one who came up with that question.
Okay, okay, okay. I because I've been thinking about that one and I have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, fantastic. Good. I like knowing that people have thoughts for the future.
I was wondering where Kyle disappeared to.
Yeah, no, I have to do a lot of troubleshooting with my computer and with Discord for future episodes because I don't know what the hell's going on.
I was wondering about the origin of that question too, because I was like, that is honestly a thing that has never occurred to me in my life. So
It didn't occur to me
and I
either
got a lot of thoughts.
until I was laughed at.
Oh, interesting.
So, a fun little teaser for next week.
So,
Something
yeah, I was
something to
gonna say,
leave
so that
people something to leave people thinking about.
so that lets me know who the weird one is in this scenario.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was the word in the question, which is why I'm putting it that way. You know,
No, I know.
I'm not necessarily saying you're weird.
You're
I'm
good.
just saying.
You're good. I got you.
Not that I won't later when we actually talk
I mean, it's
about it.
happened many a time before. I am certain that it will happen again. But
Oh, no doubt. That's a given.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're not doing that, if we're saving that, then anyone else just got anything going on in their lives?
Nope.
Fair enough.
Classes. That's it. Classes and in the communication department, we're having a week of welcome event on Friday.
Aw, that's fun. What are you doing?
We are painting rocks for the communications new rock garden,
Aw.
and it's called Kind Communication Rocks. And so we're gonna write like nice things and draw happy things on rocks and make a little rock garden by Blake.
Oh my god, wait, I love that.
So that's a fun thing that's happening on Friday.
I absolutely love that. That is like genuinely exciting.
Yeah, like I was gonna
Makes sense
work
to
from
me.
home on Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna like drive an hour round trip just so I can paint some rocks with people.
As you should. I would do the exact same thing. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Will I drive an hour in the car for an hour event? Absolutely.
Hell yeah. I finally downloaded Dark Souls.
Fun.
So now I'm going to attempt to relax by playing a game that is most likely going to make me unimaginably angry.
Okay, that's an interesting choice, I guess.
It's a very interesting choice, but this is the life that I've chosen for myself.
Chosen it, you gotta stick to it.
Yep. And also, for whatever reason, I am fighting for my life trying to get Minecraft to run on this computer. Which is bizarre, because it's such a, like, low-impact game.
Mm-hmm.
But I made my account before the, like, studio that created Minecraft got absorbed by Microsoft. So I had to, like, migrate that account to my Microsoft account, and it has got things all kinds of screwed up. So now my, like, $2,500 PC is fighting for its life to launch, like, the Cube game.
That's sad.
It's really not ideal, and I'm definitely going to have to fix that very soon. Because once we're done talking about what we do in the shadows, that is part of our plan for the streams.
Yes, although I will mention now, because I'm going to forget again, that I will not be available on the 15th, the week after.
Yeah, actually, Zach, I was gonna say Zach, we could finish Portal 2 on that stream, because we didn't do that, and we have like 2 or 3 levels left, which isn't even that much.
We could. I'll just have to see what I've got going on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Honestly, if I would frankly stream a game by myself, especially if it's a game like Dark Souls where I'm going to be screaming at my computer, because that would be kind of funny.
Fun.
So maybe that's what people will wind up seeing. Who knows? We will cross that bridge when we get to it.
I feel like it's been quite a while since we had this argument, but I feel it's important to update the people of the pod that I am now, it's so painful to admit, officially a dishwasher person.
Yes!
Yeah!
Yes!
Clip it!
Zach, we won!
You did!
What converted you?
COVID.
Yeah, okay, that'll do it.
COVID did it to me.
That will do it.
Because I was so freaking sick, I did not have it in me. And remember in the early days when I had balance problems because of all the fluid in my ears and the inflammation and stuff? I wasn't going to be able to stand and do dishes. So they just kept piling up, and it would take me like forever to do them. And then I was like, okay, let me just try to do this periodically. And then just 2 days ago, I got one of the giant containers of the little things for the dishwasher, the little pot things.
We've won.
It makes me very sad. I don't like it.
You're being more environmentally friendly.
No, because it's using electricity, too.
It uses less water, like way less water.
But more electricity.
Oh my god, whatever.
But there's still a lot of things I'm still washing my hand because I don't trust the dishwasher with, like, anything with a print on it, like my mug collection.
Oh,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
no, I do that.
There's a lot of glasses and mugs that I would never put in the dishwasher.
Yeah, no, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, glasses and mugs.
Too delicate for that.
Yeah.
But I just, like, used my tofu press today and I was like, oh, good, I don't have to wash the 6 different pieces this thing has.
Welcome to the dark side.
I'm really mad at Wegmans. They stopped carrying the pre-marinated tofu, and now I gotta, like, marinate my own. What's that garbage?
Seriously.
Well, now you can use all the time that you save not washing dishes to marinate your tofu.
It's the principle of the thing, because you got tofu, and then you gotta, like, get some marinade or make your own marinade. Like, that's insane. Who has that kind of time? And then put the marinade on it, and then you gotta wait. So the amount of time you're waiting for it to press and the amount of time you're waiting for it to marinate, it's a whole thing.
I'm very sorry.
I'm lazy.
I need to
get
next.
It's hysterical that you say that you are inherently lazy, but you have avoided the dishwasher for so long.
Yeah, I was just telling my mom the other day that I was like, yeah, I use the dishwasher now. It only took me, I've had an apartment with the dishwasher in it for 14 years now.
Jesus Christ.
This is my 3rd apartment with a dishwasher. My very first one barely had walls.
Yeah.
But the other apartment has had a dishwasher. My little Chicago shoebox.
Well, I'm very glad to know that we won in the end.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really you, it was COVID.
COVID helped us out.
COVID
But
just made everything in my life
we
go
did the
downhill.
groundwork.
We did lay the groundwork.
Yeah.
Well, the problem I'm currently having is that I was using it for storage, and now every single thing that was in it is just sitting on the dining table. It's not really a dining room, dining area. I don't know, whatever. It's just sitting on the table because I don't know what to do with it, and it's been there for like a month.
I'll get back to you if I come up with anything.
Yeah, I gotta I have plans for it. I'm just again lazy, and no time. There's that too.
Yeah.
Especially now that classes have begun.
Yeah. Well, Godspeed.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Sounds like it. Wow. That's a fun note for us to end on. Winning an argument at last.
It's an update from a previous pod, so it's calling
Amazing.
back.
There we go. An update on the dishwasher argument.
Mm-hmm.
What updates will there be in the future? Who knows? Stick around to find out. It's my little commercial for the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. As always, thank you for fighting with us, friends. We appreciate each and every single one of you, and we'll be back again next week. Adios.
Later. I don't know what that was.
This week's episode of the Fighting with Friends podcast was hosted by Bridget Kelly, Zach Calderon, and Dr. Sarah Brooks. You can find other episodes of the podcast on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, or your favorite listening platform. Follow us on Twitter at BridgetKelly98, at Zach Calderon, and at AuntSarahSaid. Rate and review us on your podcatcher of choice, like, comment, and subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, and join our Discord community using the links in the description. You can also help support us via the Acast supporter feature or consider donating to our Patreon. Thanks for listening.